Did we not read that this was categorized as a children's show? Yo, get this out of here, bro. If my kids stumble upon this, bro, yo, I'm suing somebody. I don't care who's liable, bro. If it's Amazon Prime, HBO, Hulu, Netflix, whoever it is who owns this program, bro, they're getting sued. In the past 24 hours, there has been a show going extremely viral by the name of Lesbian Space Princess. Now, off the rip, I already knew it was going to be kind of goofy based on the name of it. Not because it's lesbian in particular or anything like that. It's because a lot of these shows nowadays, they like to pick a certain minority group and then like almost monetize it or use that for a main plot driver of a show. Like there's a new Asian American show by the name of Dang, where it's like, oh, Asian kid has to do homework, his parents hate him. And then Karma's World, we reacted to like last week. Black girl, all she does is rap, bro. Just sitting rapping at any point in time, anytime there's like a minor inconvenience, right? So without further ado, we're gonna be getting into Lesbian Space Princess memes, clips, and seeing the controversy because I don't know anything about this show. The only thing I do know about the show is it came out a year ago. The fact that it's going viral now is a little bit questionable. It makes me think, why is this happening? And is it worth getting canceled? Is it just goofy? Is it just cringe? Or is there some more problematic stuff going on behind it? Without further ado, let's get started.
I have a huge crush on you.
Wait, did I say that out loud?
Yes.
It's just...
Oh, no, that's not
I'm
you.
just that kind of misery, the kind where...
There's no way this is a real clip, bro. No. This is an edit by somebody. Somebody made this edit, bro. There's no way the first thing I click on, I hear a misery sound. Is this where the song Misery comes from? Please don't tell me, bro.
You were nice to me, but only in the evening, so I ask, am I just dreaming?
Oh, no, it's an edit. Okay, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Punch of the day. My bad. Okay, this ain't that bad. I mean, hey, all she did was confess her love. I wish I could have saw the original song, though. Probably the worst way to start your movie. Okay, so it's a movie?
She's a lesbian, she's in space, and she's also a princess. Oh, and she's very sad.
You're gonna be tip-top shaping, top and toes and fly. You're gonna act awesome and self-assured.
Get this indie slop out of my ears already, bro. This sounds like that one apology where that girl was like, I think her name is Colleen Ballinger. She was like, ding, ding, ding. I'm sorry for touching that kid. Bro, it was bad. This is what this reminds me of. And if it reminds me of something like that, immediately, I don't want to hear it.
We're gonna seem contemplative, nonchalant, and bored.
Allegations art style. I knew I wasn't tripping. Got the LGBT community even hating. What's next? Femboys in whoa. I feel they are mocking lesbians. It's giving so millennial. I'm crying. Okay, so this is an adult cartoon. Is this one of them adult cartoons where like they just make overly crazy amounts of like freaky humor, if you get what I mean? They're always constantly talking about like cracking somebody and stuff. But it seemed like every single fandom of different shows are coming together to hate on this show. Now, is it because it's lesbian or is it because it's actually cringeworthy? I need to see more clips to really do its justice. When everyone unites to hate on the worst movie. Okay, so it's a movie? Okay, according to this overview here, Lesbian Space Princess is a movie. It's Australian adult animated sci-fi comedy released 2025, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yet another terrible invention of Australia. Yo, if you live in Australia, bro, what do you genuinely even do? Why do you exist? Go ahead and move, okay? Australia has already a bunch of different reasons why you shouldn't be there, including the insect and the wildlife, but now this adds on to it, man.
Want to hate on Lesbian Space Princess together? Just this once. Just this once.
Wait. What is this show that I'm watching right now? Why does it kind of look like Tung Tung Sahur? Don't tell me this is AI Tung Tung Sahur, bro.
Syra, I've got a crush on you. Oh, Syra, I've got a crush, it's true. And it's on you.
So, is this supposed to be like a kid show, adult show? Like, who is this for? Who's the target audience, bro? I mean, I guess lesbians, but is this what y'all rock with? Any lesbians watching this channel right now? Like, anybody watching the video? Do y'all mess with this? Is this fire? Is this tough into lesbian ears? Because I don't have trained lesbian ears. Sometimes people do be thinking that I'm, like, lesbian. I don't know how. Sometimes they do, but...
Is on you. Specifically, you, Sarah. That song was about you.
I choose death!
Oh my, okay, relax, man. It's not that serious. Oh, here's the actual song.
I've got a crush on you.
I think we're the only family in...
I want to see what the premise of the show is. Like, what's the main villain? Who is, like, the main, you know, antagonist of the show? What's the point of the show? Is it just love?
There's no way the Lesbian Space Princess movie or whatever is not planted by the government so people hate on the LGBTQ more. Like, bro, no, who is watching that shit, bro? Like, even Has Been Hotel fans are hating on it. That's how you know it's bad, bro. Like, oh my god, bro. And I feel so bad for lesbians because people are never gonna take like lesbian films seriously because of this.
I think this show, for what we just seen so far, definitely cringe, but is it more cringe than Hazbin Hotel or like Amazing Digital Circus? I feel like it's probably pretty similar levels. Let's be real here. Somebody in the comment section said the movie is also transphobic. I know I'm covering it, but I'm not about to move. Okay, just believe me when I tell you that's the top comment. Okay, sorry guys, sorry, I'm lazy.
Osira, I've got a crush on
The
you.
song we all are singing to the huzz.
Osira, I've got a crush, it's true.
Mind you, Syra looks terrified. Yeah, this looks like the face of somebody who feels like they are in a vulnerable, uncomfortable, maybe coerced state. Like, if I was you, I would not try this method. Does not look like it's working here. Her eyes are wide as hell, like as if she did like a whole line of that, or she doesn't want to be here. It's one of the two. Movie low-key a ploy to make people homophobic. Now, do y'all think that this is actually the case? This might be like, you know, a love and law theory moment time, I guess. I don't know why I said that. We don't even have theories on this channel as if like it's a series. I don't know what I'm talking about, honestly. But in my opinion, I don't know. I feel like this movie came out a year ago. How can we really say that? It's just going viral now for some random reason.
This animated movie was released in 2025 and recently sparked a joint backlash from fans of Hazbin Hotel, Invincible, The Amazing Digital Circus, and The Boys, even causing more fandoms to start using the
We have an entire Shinobi alliance like it's Naruto, yo.
"just this once" meme. Why would an animated movie face such intense backlash a year after its
Y'all like this art style? I don't know. This feels like Rick and Morty slop. Y'all know what I mean? It's like some adult cartoons. I don't know if this is an adult cartoon or not, but they have like this type of style. It just like looks all similar. It's like Big Mouth, Rick and Morty, and now this. I don't know how to describe it. You guys would get what I mean, or you don't.
release? The real reason is actually pretty simple. Besides the fact that streaming platforms have been strangely pushing this movie onto their homepages, the plot itself is the key. First, it's a story about a lesbian protagonist traveling across planets to save her girlfriend Kiki. But along the way, the space princess Syra casually cheats on Kiki with another girl named Willow, and even
What? Okay.
forgets that Kiki is still being held hostage. It isn't until the kidnappers remind Syra for the second time that she finally remembers. Syra then chooses to break up with Willow and continue trying to save Kiki. This plot annoyed quite a few LGBTQ viewers who felt that the protagonist's cheating behavior reinforced a negative stereotype about queer women.
Oh, I have heard a stereotype that like people who are LGBT, they like sleep around or something like this. Is that like an actual stereotype, or am I just hearing the wrong thing and I don't know, maybe the freaking people who told me that were like chuds and that doesn't exist. I think also an issue with like making a LGBTQ piece of media, the best way to make it actually like palatable for all audiences, I don't know if that's the goal or whatever, but having like lesbian being the main driver of the show to me makes it seem like something that is like for engagement bait. I don't know how to explain. It's like if a show just had like black boy in the sea. It's like clearly you're just like trying to emphasize that he's black, bro, not just like make him black. Like why not just have this show just called Space Princesses and then they happen to be lesbian and then that just normalizes the act of lesbianism. Does that make sense? Versus lesbian space princess and everything's about lesbianism and then you're making it with like these weird tropes and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of weird, man.
Not just LGBTQ viewers who were upset. The movie's villains are called the straight white malians, and they are also portrayed through stereotypes and crude jokes. Just like
What? Straight white malians. Yo, any of my straight white males watching this right now, hey, do y'all feel offended by this?
LGBTQ viewers, straight and white viewers were also offended. On top of that, the filmmakers even described this as a children's movie, but the movie contains various jokes that rely on biological anatomy, which also upset many unsuspecting viewers.
I don't think I would want my children to be watching a show where the villains and the evil people in the show are straight white males. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I wanted to educate my kid on like maybe the harmful effects of the stuff that white people have done or like the privileges or whatever, I don't think that's like something that I would want them to learn through lesbian space princesses, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we should be tackling that type of topic in this type of way. But hey, I could be wrong.
I'll have you know I'm actually bisexual.
Bisexual's really a thing.
Where did you find this thing?
The 21st century?
1, 2, 3, 4!
Isn't that like kind of like biphobic, bro? Am I tripping?
Oh, come
I've
on!
heard a lot of stuff where like bi people feel like they're like alienated from society or whatever because like people say, oh, they don't exist for real.
It's montage time, baby!
What?
What type of t-shirt is she wearing? I don't even want to read that out loud. As a matter of fact, how old are these characters? Hold on. Gotta do a little bit of research real quick. Syra is 23 years old and the other girl is 20 to 25. Okay. So they're adults, but this is a kid show? Interesting. I don't know. Interesting. Did we not read that this was categorized as a children's show? Yo, get this out of here, bro. If my kids stumble upon this, bro, yo, I'm suing somebody. I don't care who's liable, bro. If it's Amazon Prime, HBO, Hulu, Netflix, whoever it is who owns this program, bro, they're getting sued.
Wow, wow.
It's perfect.
Bro, like, okay, my thing with these directors is like, why is they so always like out of touch with like humor from younger audiences or younger generations? Like, it's, oh, you can always tell it's some 30, 40-year-old dude being like, yeah, the Gen Zers are gonna love this one. This shit's ass, bro. Straight like dookie from a hole. Like, actually, I don't know how to describe this better. You could tell that this is like an adult old head geared this for a younger audience, and they just miss the mark every time with this cringe humor, bro. Hire somebody who's Gen Z to like just look over the script or something, bro, and be like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, this is not it, chief. That's the only way I can see them preventing this whole cringe slop stuff from invading the content, bro.
Bro, I said kill the lesbian, not the thespian. What the heck, bro?
You can hear they sound
Yes.
the same.
I understand.
I mean, I know this isn't my argument, but I'm pretty sure you said thespian.
I don't think I did. When I say kill the lesbian, I'm talking about quite specifically her. And you know that. You do this. You team up and you pick on me.
Brother, am I watching a cartoon or am I watching a triple K ritual right now, bro? What is happening right now, bro? This is for kids? This is meant for the kids category, bro? Am I supposed to be laughing or am I uncomfortable, bro? I feel like I'm not even allowed to laugh at this. Like, bro, we're watching a lesbian get held by a freaking rope and then... Hello?
Fucking, I swear to God,
Wow.
I didn't. And if I did, I apologize.
Now who's the lesbian, hey?
What? No.
that
No.
doesn't
Do you know what a lesbian? Do you know what a lesbian is?
Yes.
What?
They are. They get on stage
No, that's a thespian.
and date someone of the same sex.
That's a lesbian thespian.
A lesbian.
No, it's a lesbian thespian.
Just kill the lesbian. Just kill the lesbian.
Every lesbian
Bro, she has a name, man.
in the L word was also a thespian.
Yes,
Well,
that's fair. You
yeah,
cannot argue with
No,
that.
and I never would. Either way, we're getting off topic.
Okay, bro. What the hell was that? Summoning Jutsu Coochie Spawner. Domain expansion hammer from the hole. I guess, bro.
Yeah, you would have the best time.
What? Oh no! Oh no! The plot is them getting together? Holy crap!
My concern is why are they red, bro? And they're all white. Like, they're supposed to be like white dudes. Is it? Bro, this might actually be a triple K reference, bro. Dead ass. It could be. It could be.
If you hate on lesbian space princess, you are sexist, racist, and homophobic.
Yo, TikTok ranchers, do me a favor and go crawl back into the hole that you spawned in from, low key, because, bro, half y'all opinions just be exaggerated nonsense just so you can get views and clicks, bro. The crazy part is these people will genuinely be born and win an egg race when they are sperm cells, and you are 1 in a billion chance of being born, and it happens to be you giving these slop opinions that nobody actually cares for. I'm not even talking about this person in particular. I'm just talking about TikTok ranchers as a whole because I watched a video about TikTok ranchers the other day. But people will like say crazy stuff for engagement. It's like, bro, why are you even making content, man?
Only reason why people hate the movie is because they hate lesbians.
Lesbians don't even like this movie. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, like, seriously, the writing is good, the jokes are fine, and the characters are well written, and people think the movie is heterophobic while the entire plot of the movie is a comedy on how the world would be if heterosexuality societally was replaced by homosexuality. Bye, my loves.
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's still like problematic stuff in there. Isn't there transphobia in there? There's some stuff that like might be biphobic based on a clip that I heard. I don't know. How could you say anybody who doesn't like this is just automatically racist, sexist, homophobic, whatever, right? Even if they have like valid commentary. That's just lame. What the hell did I just see, bro? I know I did not just see a asteroid-shaped dick shooting out suspicious white creamy. I gotta take like a 10-second like, you know, power nap, breather, something, bro. Moment of silence. Okay, now we're gonna be checking out the lesbian space princess situation to see a little bit more of a general opinion over why the show is bad, rather than just seeing cherry-picked TikTok clips that I've seen and that are going viral. Maybe the show isn't as bad as it is being put out to be, or it's even worse than it actually looks on TikTok clips.
Out there in the ether is a film like no other. one that has united warring tribes and has created an unholy
Why the hell are they shirtless, bro? Okay, that's actually insane to just put on somebody's screen. Okay, whoever said that in that TikTok clip, this was for kids, they definitely lied, right? This is not a single chance. It's just not. It's not. This is an adult cartoon, made for adults, but the humor is like cringe millennial slap, bro. That's really what it is.
blood alliance between the internet's worst fan bases. And that film is, of course, Lesbian Space Princess. I know what you're thinking, but yes, this is a real movie, and right now it's on the front page of Twitter getting absolutely flamed. Because many members of the LGBT community have picked up their pitchforks and torches to go and protest against this film.
That's how you know your shit is straight ass, bro. The old people that you made this for don't like it.
Which is kind of surprising considering
you giving more people reasons to be homophobic. Obviously not that it gives them a right to do so, but it's just like being an LGBTQ member, I could see the whole like just the collective like smack my head emoji, you know?
That lesbian is literally in the name. So why is this happening? Well, in this video, it's time to get into the tale of Lesbian Space Princess. We're going to discuss what this film is about, why people despise it, and analyze a recent trend of these kinds of movies being rated very differently between critics and audiences. So first things first, I need to answer the question, just what is a lesbian space princess?
I don't know. Tell me, please. Please tell me.
Okay, let me bring you guys up to speed on this movie in case you haven't seen it. Today, I put myself through the torture of giving it a full 90 minutes of my time. First things first though, in case you haven't seen the movie
I'd rather stare at myself in a mirror until I go clinically insane, man.
Yet, and you still want to, spoiler alert. Okay, you can skip to the timestamp on screen now, and there will be a lot less spoilers. Still though, I would very much recommend you pausing this video and then watching it if you really care. Anyways, for the rest of you, time to buckle your seatbelts because this is genuinely the plot. Set in Clitopolis.
That's supposed to be based on the genital. Okay.
A lesbian society, you have two lovers, Syra and Kiki.
Okay.
The two have been dating for 2 weeks and they then break up. After which, Kiki is kidnapped by straight white malians, who used to be the most powerful beings in the universe, but clearly not anymore. They want Syra's royal labris, which is basically a battle axe with ties to the lesbian community. And they want it in order to power their chick magnets, because straight white malians can no longer get chicks. Nonetheless, she sets out on her quest to save Nikki. Joining her on this journey are other
who designed this plot, bro? They were probably high as hell on some type of mushrooms. They came into the office, they're like, yo, you're not gonna believe this. I got this crazy idea, bro. So firstly, there's gonna be some like paper looking dudes are gonna be straight white dudes, all right? They're not gonna be able to get any huzz. And then get this one, the huzz are gonna be lesbian. And then they're gonna be on a planet called Clitopolis. I don't know how you begin to explain this and then get this shit approved, bro. Like 10 people probably was like, yo, that was actually fire. And nobody thought, yo, this is lame as hell. This is not gonna get good perception or reception. Reception.
Characters such as Willow, a former gay pop idol, and Blade, a drag queen that helps Syra summon the labris, just so they can steal it for themselves. A fight ensues, Blade is then decapitated, and Syra and Willow make their escape. Willow and Syra then hook up, then break up, and Syra gets the labris to the straight white malians who let Kiki go. Kiki still turns down Syra, and Syra learns that Kiki is a narcissistic a-hole and that she deserves better, heading back to Clitopolis having fundamentally changed as a person. So that's the movie. What's the problem with it? Well, let's see.
Okay, let's see it. Aside from just being cringe, of course.
Okay, we have a lot to get through here, and first of all, I think it's very important to clarify that not everybody looks at this movie and feels the same way.
True.
Some people watch it, and I'm sure absolutely loved it. Others watched it and, well, think it's the second coming of Satan. This film, despite what Twitter says, definitely has a fan base. The movie is a very by-the-books adventure plot, but it is seen through the lens of a young adult or maybe teenage lesbian perspective, and that's something that I don't think I've seen before. The movie might exist, but a little-known secret, I'm not a lesbian, so it's not like I'm a connoisseur of lesbian media.
Hey, you could have fooled me, bro. I'm kidding. Yeah, no.
That said, I could definitely see this film gaining a strong cult audience of LGBT members. if not for one small detail. That being that a lot of LGBT people don't like it at all.
Okay.
And sifting through responses, it appears as though most of the criticism that comes from the LGBT community revolves around one character in particular, that being Blade. This is an LGBT movie, but Blade, a drag queen, is a villain. And if I'm not mistaken, they're also the only major character that is 100% confirmed as gender non-conforming. Furthermore, Blade, a drag queen of color, is also killed at the end, which I guess plays into even more stereotypes of killing characters of color and burying your gays.
Yeah, I think that's just bad if optics-wise, if your stuff is about LGBTQ, whatever. I guess the defense would be maybe like, oh, this is about lesbians in particular, not LGBT. It was never an LGBT thing. It was always just like a lesbian targeted thing. That might be their defense, but I just don't agree with that as a whole, because you should, I don't know, in a show that has like LGBTQ aspects when it comes to lesbianism, whatever, putting a trans person as like the villain and then beheading them and adding all the layer of color too, isn't there like some type of like, how do I say, relation to like real life oppression there?
Because Blade is also a twist villain, there have even been Medium posts claiming that this plays into the myth of gender non-conforming people trying to trick others. So are these coincidences just a result of storytelling, or is there something deeper going on? All throughout the internet, you have gay people and straight people alike that are criticizing the film and its representation. And so this is where I want to hear from you guys watching the video, especially members of the LGBT community that have already seen the film. What do you think? I've seen some people say that the hate for this is definitely overblown, yet others think that the writers might be TERFs, aka a trans exclusionary radical feminist, for those of you that don't know the term.
Whoa.
Now let me clarify that I'm not coming out here to accuse the writers of this movie of being TERFs. That's definitely not my opinion, it's just kind of a common one on the internet. But this speculation has landed the film in a very, very vulnerable spot online. Because obviously, if you have a film where the antagonist is, and I quote, straight white malians, you're essentially guaranteed backlash.
Yeah.
However, this film has the added distinction of being hated by the very people that it wants to appeal to.
I think they knew, obviously, they were gonna get hate from like white people, straight white people, right? Especially straight white dudes. And they were banking on the fact that like the LGBTQ love would be so strong that it would like cause a fight in a way, which I think is already like kind of a problematic way to go about things. If anything, you're trying to unite people. I think that's the best way to go about making the world a better place. But regardless, like if you're gonna do that, you're banking on the fact that the LGBT folks are gonna ride for you so hard, that whole like white whatever audience, you don't even need them. But your own audience don't fuck with it, so what are you even gonna do? Scrap the whole movie.
Because based upon all of the responses that I've seen online, by and large, they describe it at best as just mid, very mediocre, and at worst as trying to take a shot at the LGBT community despite being an LGBT film. At the end of the day, an ethnic minority drag queen antagonist is, at least at surface level, probably not the best representation.
Yeah, like above all the straight white malians that I guess oppressed you or something, or like they try to attract you with chick magnets or whatever it said, there is a demon, and that is a black trans. I'm not even gonna finish that because that's gonna be a bad clip, but you get what I'm saying. I'm saying that as the LARPing, the director. Yeah, that's just bad. That's bad. That's just bad optics, bro.
But does it have to be this way? Can a character like Blade just be an antagonist without their identity being brought up?
Yeah.
Should we not be working towards a place where black villains and gay villains and gender non-conforming villains are just villains that happen to share these characteristics?
It just doesn't make any sense to have straight white people as like the henchmen, and then the top villain is another LGBTQ member that's black. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't.
I mean, in the film, there are multiple antagonists. We already have the straight white malians, which means that the drag queen isn't the only villain. And I don't think that Blade is necessarily that complex, but a lot of the time, I think that villains are the most entertaining and rich characters. So should we be excluding racial and sexual minorities from these roles just because the characters aren't the good guys? Does it perpetuate stereotypes, or does it normalize people's existence in media? Let me know what you think about this.
I don't think so, because I think in a show like this where it's supposed to be such a play on if like heterophobia existed like homophobia does, why would there be a villain in the LGBTQ community? It just doesn't make any sense for what this show is trying to do. I do agree that a trans person or a person of color can be a villain, and that's perfectly fine because you're ultimately trying to normalize those characteristics in society or something like that, right? But in this context, I just don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
Watched it with my wife and her 2 very lesbian writer friends. I'm straight, my wife is bi. Nobody among us liked it. It's very much not satire, it's absurdism. It takes meta dialogue and tropes taken to their logical extreme for the jokes to land. Most of them do not land.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious they tried to copy Rick and Morty's style of humor. It just ends up offensive to everyone involved, lesbians, non-binaries, and straights alike. If I didn't know it, I could say with some level of certainty that the author is a TERF. I also found this in the replies where someone was responding to the original poster, claiming, most people in the LGBTQ+ community called it weird and offensive, just an FYI.
Yeah.
And within this post are even more people discussing how the trans community at large generally didn't like the representation. A Toon Hive post about the film, which has gotten
so nobody likes this shit, bro.
Millions of views, by the way, claims that fans of The Has-Been Hotel, Five Nights at Freddy's, Invincible, Steven Universe, and more have united to hate on the film. Ladies and gentlemen, are we assembling the Legion of Doom here to flame this film online? Like, that's the level of backlash that we're at. How have 8,000 people approved this truce? Call this hyperbolic if you want, but to me, this is literally worse than the alliance between Soviet Russia and Nazi Germany in World War II.
I wouldn't say it's on that level. I think it's actually significantly worse. I'm only joking, obviously.
This is the worst thing that has ever happened.
You gotta chill, bro. Chill, bro.
Even the lesbian that turned straight said that she hated it because it has horrible writing and shit representation. And to back up my point, the song that she retweeted only occurred because one of the characters blurts out that she has a crush on the other one. There's nothing subtle or implied, she just outright says it.
I have a huge crush on you.
Okay.
Did I say that out loud?
Yes.
It's just...
Oh, no, not you.
Is there any like development in the characters, anything that like is redeemable at all, or is there just straight up no development, just terrible jokes that are all like overly freaky? You know, the Netflix adult cartoon humor, I guess that's what we call it, the Rick and Morty like fail humor, big mouth type of humor, where all they say is
it's a dick, so it's funny. It's creaming everywhere, so therefore we gotta laugh.
And realistically, everybody watching it is just uncomfortable, but all the directors are probably like freaking scratching their belly, just fat as hell, laughing and stuff. I don't know. I don't see how these certain jokes get approved, but I guess it is what it is.
I've got a crush on you.
Yeah, get this out of my ears, bro, please. I think that's gonna be enough of the lesbian space princess for today. Overall, we learned that it's cringe, among other things. The jokes don't land. They're not funny. It's a part of this whole, like, American cartoon Netflix slop that needs to stop. They do it with so many different, like, ethnic backgrounds or different, like, minorities, I guess. They do it with, like, LGBT. They do it with Asians. They do it with black people. It's just kind of cringe and just never really lands. They do overly freaky jokes. They try to make it adult, and that's the only joke, that it's sexual, bro. I'm gonna be honest. And then besides that, there's a bunch of, like, homophobic, transphobic, different tropes and stuff in this. I would also be mad that, like, you're making a cartoon about lesbianism or whatever, and the characters are not very deep at all, and all they're doing is surface level, like, goon bait jokes. That's not really helpful for the community at all, and it doesn't really help anything at all. And then to have a trans person as the main villain just doesn't really make any sense in this context. And then also, you're coming at, like, straight white dudes at the same time. So why would anybody like this show? It's like, it's just... Every single person on Earth has some reason to hate this for one way or another, bro. Black people because the main villain's black. White people because the other main villains are straight white males. Gay people because it's a bad representation. Like, bro, what do we... Like, nobody likes this shit for good reason, man. Either way, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join Discord, link in the description. Let me know what you want to check out next in the comment section down below. And with that being said, it's Lovey Law. I love you, and I'm out.